Good morning, good noon, good evening, whatever time and place you're listening to us from. Straight from the 909, it's Mark.
Hey, yo.
Ali.
What up?
Myself, Isaiah, and together, that's hip-hop. Please don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell. It really does mean a lot. Today we're discussing one of West Coast hip-hop's best legends ever, known for his smooth, funk-infused production and laid-back, yet razor-sharp lyricism. His style blends G-funk, jazz, and soul, creating a signature sound that is both sophisticated and street-savvy. As a producer, he's a master of live instrumentation, often incorporating real bass lines, talkbox effects, and lush synth melodies that set his beats apart from the same heavy sound of many of his peers. Lyrically, he delivers witty, often humorous storytelling, balanced with introspection and braggadocio lyrics. His flow is fluid, and a conversational style cadence that makes his raps feel effortless. We're talking about the legend DJ Quik. This one's a long time coming, very influential in the West Coast. Somebody who's, I think today is getting his flowers, and I think people are recognizing the greatness of DJ Quik, which for a long time I feel like
outside of California, you didn't hear it.
Yeah, we knew he was great, but you didn't hear it enough.
Mm-mm.
Like we would always consider him like a second sort of like Dr. Dre, as far as like we know he's a dope producer, but it was more like kind of like if you know sort of thing. Like he was somebody like that would be in the studio unannounced, unofficially. He might be a part of the track, but not listed as one of the key producers on that thing. But nowadays, he's getting his money.
Yes.
So it's well overdue. DJ Quik is one of those guys that's just like, how would I say it? He's somebody like, if you're in the West Coast, you grew up to him and you heard that he added so much to the G-funk sound.
Definitely.
West Coast sound. And it was dope in an era of gangsta rap. He was a great alternative to you wanting that G-funk sound, but minus the gangsta element, or not so much of the gangsta element, because he is from Compton.
Yep.
So, that's just his surroundings.
Gang affiliated, all of that. Like, he's official.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I will say the only one that works as hard as DJ Quik is his hairstylist.
Yes.
Oh, word?
Yeah. Great
Man.
hair. Great hair.
God.
The hair is always part of that's part of the
That's
presentation.
where his power comes from.
Facts.
It gets all the women through to the
Samson
Facts.
reincarnated.
We're talking about his fourth studio album this time, Rhythm-Al-Ism, released on November 24th, 1999 by Profile and Arisa Records, produced by DJ Quik himself and G1. It peaked at number 63 on the U.S. Billboard 200 charts and number 13 on the U.S. Top R&B Hip-Hop Albums chart. It spent 39 weeks there, and the album was certified gold on July 27th, 1999. The album featured singles Use a Gangsta, Hand in Hand, and then also, that featured Second to None, El DeBarge, legendary guys, Down, 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 featuring Sugar Free, Mossberg, and AMG. This album length was 70 minutes and 10 seconds. This album choice was from Ali, and we're just going to ask you why you chose this album for us to cover, Ali.
Definitely. It was long overdue that we covered Quik.
Yeah.
But specifically for Rhythm-Al-Ism, to me, it's many people call it his best album. It's definitely in that conversation.
Yeah.
You can argue his debut, Quik is the Name. You could argue Safe and Sound.
We gotta
you
stop.
can even.
We gotta stop.
What's up? Oh, that's okay. That's okay. We'll fix it. But we had such a good intro. I don't want to cut us all out.
Yeah, it's just. But are you gonna be able to?
It's okay. Yeah, we can fix that.
All right, we'll fix that.
But what were you saying, Ali?
Yeah. So, in particular with this album, like I said, many consider his best album, but you can debate that with Safe and Sound, Quik is the Name, even Balance and Options. But in my opinion, it is absolutely, without question, his most important album.
Yeah.
Because this is where he kind of takes a shift, both personally and in his career, and how he wanted to convey himself in music.
Yeah.
Because before this album, You know, how you mentioned he was kind of an alternative to the gangsta, element of the West Coast. Yeah. Well, before Rhythm-Al-Ism, he was very much well entrenched in all of that.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
he was right there with Sugar and all of them.
He was the first one to legitimately seriously, he was the first one to, bang on wax and legitimately shout out his hood where he was from, his gang. Like he was the really first rapper to actually put gang banging on hip hop records. You know what I mean? Like he's the one that started that.
Why do you think people shied away from that?
Was that?
Why do you think people shied away from that?
I don't know. I mean, well, because I think
I knew for him it got too real.
Yeah, that's why he shifted after a while. But as far as in the beginning, I don't know. I don't know why people weren't, legit. Because even MC Eiht, MC Eiht was from a gang, but he wasn't putting it on his records per se.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't he wasn't shouting out Track New, Park Crip on his songs. But Quik was very, very prone to shout out West Side, Treetop Power.
Yeah, he said it would.
He made it. He let you know where he was from. He was very clear on that.
Because looking at it, it's kind of like you're putting the set on notice, but rival gangs may take that as okay, cool. I'll be the one to thwart that gang. And that's what I'm thinking.
And that's how it got, and that's why I say this album's so important, because this is the album where he makes the shift from that. This is the album where he kind of buries that aspect of his career in his music,
or his reputation,
right? Yeah. Where there's in later albums he'll mention Paru, he'll mention it here and there, but he's not making it the focal point of his art. Yeah. Whereas literally the previous album, Safe and Sound, the album cover is all red. He's got a red Phillies hat. That P does not stand for Phillies.
Take a stroll in LA with that.
He's dissing MC Eiht,
right. He has a diss record, one of the hardest diss records, Dollars and Cents, on MC Eiht. Yeah. He really, really was showing that on his previous album.
He straight up said in MC Eiht, you don't have the G written in your name because you don't have the G in you.
One of the greatest lines ever in a diss record. He literally took his name and flipped it on him. And
that was hard.
This album was where he makes the shift, and literally in the song, which we'll get to, Use a Gangsta, is kind of where you see him kind of shedding that skin and going forward in his career. He always had fun party records too, but this is the album. He knows how to make
party anthems. For sure.
But this was the album where he makes that shift to not focus so much on the gang
He's
part
more
of
like
his upbringing.
R&B guy almost on this one.
Yeah, a lot of it.
So.
I mean, that's where a lot of his influences are musically. You know what I mean? His sample choices, where he got, linked up with Roger Troutman, learning how to do the talkbox, all that kind of stuff. But I feel this album in particular, like I said, I chose this one because of the shift he made, both personally and musically, shedding, like I said, the gang influence being heavily in his music.
Yeah, even with that kind of title, Rhythm-Al-Ism, it's kind of like, this is what we're going to be doing now.
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I came into the game with, DJ Quik is one of the first MCs that I ever picked up on, just because my brother listened to him a lot. Mm-hmm. And I would go on errands with my brother, and he would be blasting some of the tracks from Safe and Sound. Mm-hmm. I think funny enough, one of the ones the first tracks I heard of DJ Quik was Can I Eat It?
Yes.
That's the first track I ever heard of DJ Quik. And I was just it was so, it was very, it's raunchy.
Raunchy,
right? It's raunchy.
He's good for the raunchy joints too.
The beat was so bouncy and funky.
His
and
production, dude.
Yeah, I was just enamored by that alone because it was, and my brother had a system, so it was just dang, this beat is crazy. He's spitting on this, is crazy.
The beauty of Quik is he's one of those guys where, as dope as the songs are, and he can obviously spit himself, but you can just listen to the instrumentals.
Yeah, alone.
You can just put the instrumentals on, and some instrumentals, they inspire you to rap.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Quik has instrumentals, you just want to ride to them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not even necessarily about, wanting to rap to them. It's just this is just some funky sounds. This is just something I just want to cruise to.
He's you could tell that he's really entrenched into music too, because his font on DJ Quik, the Doors use that. The rock group, the Doors use that. I just really looked at it and I'm like, the half cuts between the font, the Doors do that.
That's interesting. Yeah. I even like how in the cue it looks almost like a DJ turntable, even. But then his name alone too, DJ Quik, being quick. You mix, chocolate in the milk. you mix the chocolate and the milk, but then on the turntables you're mixing too. You're mixing sounds within sounds, so it's just a dope play even on the name Quik.
Yep.
So that's also dope. And it's one of the reasons inspired me for my MC name.
Yeah.
Quik. So that was kind of an inspiration there.
They went from Quik to Quik, right?
Yeah.
Actually, it reversed.
Oh.
I thought it
no, you're right.
Nesquik.
It was Nestle Quik. Then it's Nesquik. It used to be Nestle Quik. Right. Then they combined it and made it Nesquik.
Then they saw the success of DJ Quik, and they're like, no, we can't be affiliated.
Yeah. So like just the fact that this dude was felt underground. When I first heard him, it felt like he was underground, just because of the rawness and like. He was just giving you street tales of things going on, but then it was like cool because it wasn't all about this lifestyle per se only, but it was also about the party scene and what was happening at the party. And the party thing, that's dope because that gets the ladies going.
Yep, like, absolutely.
He constantly does the Garden Amphitheater, and I think in a couple months he's going to be back there. But it's always him doing the live instrumentation still.
Yeah.
And he's there's always a packed crowd for him all the freaking time. But it's like it's not just hearing his songs; it's hearing his process. It's looking at the whole like the theater of him doing it on stage.
He gets honored with nicknames such as like the Quincy Jones of rap. He gets honored with that, or
real fitting. Or
he gets honored with the Robert Troutman of rap.
Robert Troutman, absolutely.
Like I think he told a story where he met Robert Troutman in Vegas, and he shows up, and one of the guys he's working with plays the guitar, and the guy's like playing the riff for Robert, and he takes the guitar from him, starts ripping it, and then the guy just felt like he knew shit, like he felt like he didn't know nothing, and then he like shows Quik a few things like with the voice,
the talkbox.
There you go. He shows him some stuff with the talkbox, and DJ Quik just felt like. Oh yeah! From that point forward, I was like anointed from that dude.
Yeah.
Like, I'll forever be that spirit of whatever that was. It's like stuck on me. It's like now I got that going forward.
From Safe and Sound on. Yeah. He has talkbox elements in songs. He does not. He makes sure to put that in pretty much every album, starting from Safe and Sound.
And that's such a unique thing to have in your repertoire of like beat making. Like you could work with R&B artists and make them sound good.
Absolutely.
Like after this album, it makes you want to hear like El DeBarge's Zone album, like or Second to None. It makes you want to hear them.
He low key really kind of El DeBarge said he kind of jump started his career back up. He had kind of been on a downswing, and Quik working with him kind of gave him he said kind of gave me my confidence to get back out there and put some things out and do features and shows and things like that. Like that's how important he is.
Style wise, when we listen to DJ Quik, what do you guys get out of listening to him in terms of style or his style?
Innovation.
What's different?
That's
innovation.
A great word.
Innovation for real. You don't get a lot of MCs trying to do all facets of a song from start to finish. And it takes a lot of dedication to do all that. You're talking like that. Just think of the hours to just come up with the lyrics, but then you do the hours of production, and then even
engineering,
he's doing 3x of what he should be doing, but he loves to do it.
Yep. I mean, that's why I personally call him the greatest one-man band ever in hip hop.
Yeah.
To me, he's that. Like to me, what Prince is in R&B and rock, I feel like Quik is that for hip hop, where he's one of the few people in hip hop that can walk in the studio, make an entire album with no one else in the room. There are very, very, very few people that could do that.
And he mentions that too, like when he was with Warner Brothers. I think Prince got word of that, and Prince was like, "Oh, now I'll fuck with Warner Brothers now because you guys have DJ Quik there." So Prince fucks with them.
That's to me what Quik is when I think of his style. I call him the greatest one man band in hip hop. Lyrically, as far as tonally, he heavy Eazy-E influence.
Oh yeah.
He said literally like
he's almost like Eazy-E's little brother.
Yeah,
the sound.
He came up under him.
Yeah, even the way his voice and inflections are, like it sounds like Eazy-E, but like if Eazy-E like instinctively knew how to rap.
Yeah, like actually had, put pen to paper and really was an actual lyricist himself. But like, Quik literally said his first, mixtape, first album, he said, I was just doing my best Eazy-E impression.
That's crazy.
Like, that's who I was trying to be.
That's crazy.
He was the measuring stick as far as what was cool in Compton.
Yeah, another thing to mention too is when you're actually as adept as DJ Quik is from every step of the studio, you're saving costs.
Oh yeah,
and you the one to recoup those costs is that you're not getting burned on the back end with stuff you have to pay back.
Yeah, it's kind of like a Russ. Like a Russ kind of does his own stuff now.
Yeah,
in house.
Yep.
It's very much like that.
Yeah.
In today's terms.
Yep. He's making the beats. He's mixing them, mastering them. He writes the lyrics. He performs the lyrics.
Right.
Like he
It's
does.
all in-house.
Like literally, like honestly, I would give that title of greatest one man band. I would give that title to Dr. Dre if he wrote his lyrics.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
That's the only element
Yeah.
that Quik has that Dre doesn't. You know what I mean? Is that Dre can perform the lyrics. He can make the beat. He can mix it, master it, all of that.
Yeah.
But he's not writing the lyrics.
Right. Because even recently, DJ Quik put out a recent project as well, which just shows you like he could still do it if he wanted to.
Yep.
Yeah, and some of the lines he says are very iconic too. Like just this flow pattern is iconic.
Yes.
So it's definitely different. Like it doesn't sound similar to anybody else's style. It sounds completely unique to him.
Yes.
And the way his flow is to it. So it definitely sounds different.
It's like he's spitting a whimsical urban tale.
Yeah.
Now allow me to tell you, it's like
he got a 50 and a foe. Like it's
a day in the life and a player named Quik.
Right. Yeah,
like he sets the scene in all his songs. Like I love how he does that.
That is true. Like very good storytelling.
Yes.
But then he also has this vibrato to him. And then the tales are dope, and from Compton, dude.
Yep.
Dude is from Compton.
Yep.
And that's crazy. And he has had a crazy life too. Like
he's been
single
through
mother basically.
He's been through it all. He's been through a lot personally.
Yeah, they lost it all.
Been through a lot in the industry, seen some things.
Took a lot of risk and staying in LA even though his mom left to Louisiana.
Yep.
So there was a lot of risk there, and it's crazy. Like even I think one of his family members shot one of his close business partners, and that was during this album. Actually,
yeah, he went through. I mean, he went through so much coming up, and I mean, even just the reason he became a Blood, he was just like, I just got tired of getting jumped by Crips.
Right. Yeah.
Like that's literally why he said it. He was like,
kind of had to.
He made it that simple. He's like, I just got tired of getting jumped walking to school, man.
Yeah.
It was that simple for him. It wasn't nothing, no deeper. He's like, I got tired of getting jumped.
He said that he would set up like the DJ equipment, to keep things like a fun vibe or whatever, but the real part came when they like started handing him guns and stuff like that. He had it back to them. They were like, nah,
give me the microphone. I didn't ask for this.
Give me the mic. Also, a big old gat. Yeah, but dude, peace to DJ Quik, man. He's a absolute legend. So
legend.
This is the point where we're going to go into the album cover. For those who are listening, I'm going to describe it for you guys. It's this almost like this Miami Beach type of neon color vibe with the like hot pink and white writing of DJ Quik in the center bottom. And like Mark said, it's kind of written in the font of The Doors. Yeah. With Rhythm-Al-Ism written underneath it.
Yeah, Rhythm-Al-Ism is kind of like in disco 70s font.
Yeah, and even what he's wearing is kind of like that funkadelic type of style.
Extra from Miami Vice.
With the open shirt, with the button open shirt. You can see his chest, his chain, and then he got his hairdo.
Perm, like he got the pressed perm. Like
he got the style.
Quik stay. I'm like, y'all don't understand the hairstyles. This man, the perm, the silk press, he cornrows, braids, Jerry curl when he first came out. Like Quik don't play about his hair, man. Like and to this day, he still rock the braids. To this day, he does not play about his hair.
Yeah, it's pretty dope, dude. All around this album cover, I think it's just fly, and it does show you like that it's moving away from the gangsta element.
Yep.
Because I don't get any type of gangster vibe out here.
None. Like I said,
if you didn't know it was DJ Quik, it'd be like a 70s soul album.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
You would think this was something, like you said, a 70s soul album. It is night and day.
I wouldn't look
to
at
his
this
last
and
album.
think there's rapping going on.
No,
Yeah.
no. This look like
The most deceiving album cover in hip hop history.
You have no idea. Like
deception.
Like I said, it's night and day to his previous album cover. Like night and day.
Yeah, it's dope though. It's sick. And then we go into the tracks. We chose 3 tracks. Every episode we choose 3 tracks and we go into the lyrics and we read them and then we find out any gems that we see or anything that we pick up on, any styles or schemes or whatever, and just pick it out from there and just see what they're writing about. So the 3 tracks that we chose on this one is going to be Hand in Hand, Use a Gangsta, and Down, Down, Down. Down, 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 down. So all around dope collaborations too, like the fact that you got DeBarge, and then you got Second to None.
He has Peter Guns on this album.
Yeah,
he has a lot of.
he's working Sugar Free.
Like he has his own kind of like in-house crew, which I love.
It's cool. They're all the same vibe.
These are like usual suspects that every Quik album will have. AMG, Mossberg, Sugar Free, High C, Second to None. Like these are all people that any DJ Quik album you're gonna see them on.
Yeah.
It's so dope. And he produces pretty much all their stuff.
One thing I wanted to mention too, which was a big thing to note, since he wanted to kind of move away from this gangsta thing, one of the things he did to do that was he remixed dollars and cents. He remixed it with the Tony track. And he made it like a dance joint.
Okay.
So he flipped the beat on him, and then he worked with the Tony, and that track is probably one of my favorite tracks of all time.
Oh yeah, Let's Get Down.
Yeah.
I would put that at least in my top 3 of tracks of all time. Just hands down across the board.
It's
rap,
funny. It's funny
whatever.
you mentioned that because on DJ Quik's episode of Unsung, Eric Sermon is one of the people who kind of is like a guest on there and talks. Yeah. And he mentions that Let's Get Down with DJ Quik and Tony. So he's like, it's one of the baddest R&B joints ever.
Right.
He said like that song will never get old.
Yeah, nah, that one's definitely top 3 for me.
And for Eric Sermon, I mean, a great MC producer
he's a great
himself.
producer himself.
You know what I'm saying? For him to get,
especially with funk stuff.
Come on now, and they've collabed together. Like it's that. That's I love seeing stuff like that because there's always that. East West kind of thing, but you see literally right there. It's like, nah, it wasn't like that for real. Like for real, it was an issue with 2 people. It was not an East West.
Media kind of blew it up.
Yes, and when you see, like I said, Eric Sermon and Quik, that's just one example of like, nah, we was always
the
tight.
media made Kobe and Shaq hate each other.
Literally,
you can see how powerful
they could bubble it up and make it worse. Yep. Yeah, absolutely.
But that track was so amazing. Like that's one I remember that track being like the first time I heard one of the first times like later on that I heard DJ Quik, and that made me realize, oh dang, this is that dude that my brother used to bump. But then like this track was just on repeat for me, the Tony, like repeat, and that's not even a hip hop joint. Like that's just like a freaking R&B joint,
song.
but it's so dope.
He's just on it.
Yeah, it was just so dope that it's like it's gonna hit. So that was also a part of him kind of repositioning himself as an artist more than a gangster.
Absolutely.
But then we go into the first track out of this, which is going to be
Hand in
Hand. This one, what's cool about this album is that it started off with him like freestyling, I think, off the top on We Still Party. Like he's like freestyling like off the top for real. Which I thought was just different. So far, I haven't heard an artist freestyle off the top like that.
On an actual track that they put on their album.
Yeah, so that was different to me. So Many Ways was also a dope track.
Oh, man, I love that one. Oh, my God.
The concept of that was just so dope. Like, it doesn't matter.
Love that song.
Whatever it is. I'll get money in so many ways. I'll get women in so many ways. All this stuff
in so many ways. And this was another, kind of buried. Because this is 98. So this is another, like, East West collaboration. Him throwing Peter Guns on there.
Yeah, that's
what I mean. And Peter Guns, one of his bars that I love. He mentioned he said we flex from east to west. So while y'all coast tripping, we be cashing them checks. Woo. Like I love that they really tried to show that unity.
Yeah, they're about their business. Similar to like 50 Cent or 50 Cent is now. But okay, so we go to Hand in Hand, and that's DJ Quik. Haha, yeah, check it out. Money and pussy. make the world go round, right? That's right. That's how it's been since
America,
the beginning of time.
At least in America.
DJ Quik, this is such a dope concept of this album. This record, I mean.
Love it.
Now, who says we can't be fly? Who say Compton can't get the Skrilla? At the same time, get some thigh.
Hey.
Get the Skrilla at the same time, get some thigh.
Hey, why not?
Well, that's the subject of my conversation because ain't nothing like getting the dollar and some penetration. The way he phrases it's like Tretch. Like
right, it's subtle.
It's subtle. That's what's dope about it. Now, that's a whole lot easier to understand nowadays, but some of your players still be going out sideways. So just take this game with tic-tac because if you was a Skid Row, you could get pussy faster than a Big Mac.
Man, they out there.
Yeah, you don't want that though.
I don't think you want it though. But that's what he's saying.
I'll take the Big Mac, please.
Right. I think I'll take the Big Mac. I don't want it not from out there.
To be fly. That's what Top Dog taught a boy. Because instead of mounds, these bitches always want almond joy.
First time someone's probably used mounds and probably the last time.
Almond joy.
Love that bar.
That's such a unique candy bar. Almond joy.
OGs like mounds, bro. Mounds is nasty, bro. Mounds and almond joy, man, never been my flavor, bro.
No.
I like almond joy though. I think that those are bomb. Because sometimes they feel like a nut, but they rather have it more often than they don't.
Wait, those are literal candy bars.
Yeah.
No,
yes.
Bars.
Yeah.
Sometimes they feel like a nut.
Candy bars, homie.
Yep.
Because sometimes they feel like a nut, but they rather have it more often than they don't. So I won't go flipping and making it topsy-turvy. Now keep my $100 bills crispy and ass curvy.
Guys, don't ask for much.
No. So it's so dope because he's on this plane of thought like you could get both, man. You don't got to spend money on this.
You gotta play it right.
You got to play it right. So he's giving you game. Because ain't nothing on my mind but to be fly through time, having a nest egg bird behind in a state that's mine, watching Jordan go for 40 in the sucker tub, eating Cheetos, drinking Mo, and getting him a back scrub. Because first thing you get power, and then you get money, and then you get pussy. Dude, don't be no dummy.
Yep, breaking it
Yeah,
down.
Straight out of the Tony Montana playbook.
Yeah, dude. That's so specific too. Like chilling, watching Jordan in a sucker tub, eating Cheetos, drinking Mo,
getting a back scrub. Like that's just play of life, man. And the elder bars on the hood players get their paper when the game is tight. And if you want something out of that, that's for you to decide. But as long as you ain't simping, then you're doing it right. Because together they go hand in hand. Like,
and I don't know if
just breaks it down.
I don't know if you guys know Elder Bars or not, but check that out.
What?
I like it.
Legend. The barges make you hurt your voice trying to hit them notes. Yeah. Man.
You get those panties to drop though. That's for sure though.
She want to make me break code, but I can't. I want to fire it up, hit it, and pass it like dank. Baby, all in my square, big Buddha, long hair, fly Chinese and black for a Mac Plus player. D, baby, I'm going to get you hot, want to get you full blown so we can hit the spot. Now you're going to want to shake the spot. Got game by the tons, looking for some second to none kind of fun, but these hookers on the run for cover. They're looking for lovers. Ain't no tricking young D, because I'm unlike the others, not a buster. I'm on a mission for figures. Time is up for you, diggers. Who got the hand past the liquor? Hoes, hear the name, it gets them hotter. Spin a scraggler on a wheel, now they call me D the Potter. Lot of hating going on, but I ain't with it. I'm a mash on that drama every time I feel it. Because I'd rather have a major end than have sex. And when I have $1 million to splurge, you know what's next.
And I want to say something really quick here. Because with DJ Quik, the emphasis is not so much on the rhyme; it's more on the flow.
Yeah, yes.
It's got the flow.
Yes,
that's what's emphasized here.
And then it's about him and the collective if he's doing the song with people, but it's about putting the message across.
Yeah,
correct.
Like
it's the game.
He wants a lesson to be learned, or like some philosophy to be gained.
Yes, it's
at
more
the
about the game
of the lyricism.
Right, it's not about going crazy over your head with double and triple meanings and crazy schemes. It's more about the game he's spitting.
Because we can even sit back and say that he's trying to storytell, but he's not. It's literally, we understand that there's a message trying to be conveyed here.
Exactly.
But first you get the, let me just recap. And when I have $1 million to splurge, you know what's next. But first you get the power, then you get the money, then you get the pussy. Fool, don't be no dummy.
That's it. It's just, they just laying it out for you. They put it right there in order.
Players get the paper when the game is tight.
And if you want some nana, that's for you to decide. But as long as you ain't sipping, then you're doing it right. Because together they go hand in hand. Like, that's just
and
perfect.
The beat to this, the bass line,
so perfect,
so good. Dude.
Love this beat.
Yeah, the beat's so good.
He goes, first you get the power, then you get the money, and if you really just want it, the na 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 na. The elder bars had to sprinkle that in there. I understand that you think you're grown, independent on your own with your jazzy ways. My intent is your laid, but first I'm out to get paid, not played. Can't be your incredible edible egg. I don't crack, no, I don't spit my yolk with the female folk. Now, break yourself. You're broke, you can choke off this young black better than Mary Jane.
And this
in
is
your brain.
KK.
Yep, from Second to None.
From Second to None, yeah.
In your brain, I'm guaranteed to have you thinking and feeling things. Like yourself now, watch your health. If you feel like plotting, your body turns rotten from the inside out. That pussy's turned out getting hit by a sucker, a 2-minute brother, whose first 10 seconds is thinking he came up. The next 4 minute, sucking your drama up. 50 seconds to go. See, after that is the show. Now, on the other half, you can't laugh because you know I'm straight simping and whining. Instead of pimping and grinding, KK will let you know. So pay attention, bro. See, first you get the power. Then you get the money. Then you get the pussy. Don't be a dummy, though. That's it.
Some none of this for you to decide.
But as long as you ain't sipping and you're doing it right, because together they go hand in hand. Oh, yeah.
You got to get back to calling it Nana.
Come on, man. Nana. Kept it clean for you.
That's what's dope about just it's different, man. He's doing things different than anybody else out here.
Like it's musicality to it.
Who else can we say that's doing something similar to what DJ Quik was doing? Like kind of like this R&B, like rap style funk.
To that category, honestly, as far as the funky side, I would definitely say Eric Summer was good with that.
He was good with that.
Someone that's immersed as much as Q-Tip is. As much as DJ Quik is, would be Q-Tip.
Yeah, for sure.
But Tip's still like more conscious.
Yes. Quik is a lot more fun-hearted for sure. Because he even mentioned it, like Quik was, I think he was on Hot 97 or something, and he was just like, he's if you listen to our beats, even our most hardest tracks, he said in California it's sunny all the time. So that's kind of what we want the beats to sound like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like carefree.
He's like, you listen to like a lot of East Coast beats, they're like a lot of they're like dirtier, darker, the weather's harsher. He said in Cali it's sunny, so it's like the beats kind of sound sunny.
Gotta match that.
You know what I mean? That's the vibe we were given on the production. So yeah, man, he knew how to mix funk, R&B, soul, all of that.
From that point on, we moved down to this is all back to back. So we moved to Down, Down, Down.
Man, this used to live on the radio. Yeah. I'm telling y'all. This song, I heard this song on the radio so much, it was ridiculous. Like, man, this song lived on the radio.
And it's cool because it's like a good change up from Hand in Hand. Now we're going to more faster beat.
Yep.
Kind of like more grabs your attention. You know, so now we're like changing gears here.
Yep.
So we're down.
Four dudes all spitting different perspectives.
Yeah, that's true too. Yeah.
Different type of rhyme styles. Like that's what makes this so dope.
Yeah, that's true.
Love this.
Which I forgot which verses you said you
wanted.
I
want Sugar Free.
Okay, Sugar Free.
Yep,
okay.
He's last.
So I'm gonna go first then.
Yeah, go ahead.
My name is Quik, and I've been moving fast like a race car, but I'm top C, number one, like the pace car. Whether you up on me or you chilling way far, you can tell almost immediately that I'm the aced off. So listen, motherfucker, why you coming off hard? My objective is to catch you off guard, get convert, and infiltrate your clique, crack your shit, and mac your bitch real quick. Now tell me could you conceive all up in her beaver? Giving her love fever for hours and at the time before I take a breather. Ooh, dope little play, like slide rhyming.
Smooth.
And when she tell me she loves me, I don't believe her. Cause I rock in stereo or mono, hot like Gano.
Rhea.
Burning every time you take a pee. So when you see her out with this with this girl, then baby play like you don't know me, and we'll keep it in a twirl. Because baby, I go deeper than the deep blue seas. Baby, do you really want to play the flute on me? I'll give you a sack and take it back, and you'll die to get it, little punk, because I'll fly with it.
When we come up, we getting down. Step in the club, they give us pound. Looking for something that be nice, brown and brown. DJ Quik and AMG with a brand new sound. And I love how he ends the hook each verse, because he mentions the person who went previously, and he's introducing who's coming next. He does that every hook. That is so hard. I love that.
DJ Quik and so with the branding.
Yep, and then it's the previous person and the next person. Yep.
Dope.
You can go ahead and get this one more.
Yeah, I told her don't chase it, but you could place it in between your jaws to taste it. He might be cooking a nice hot meal. We don't know exactly what he's talking about. Right. It might be a nice New York steak. Hot steak. Or leave it in the basement. I'll be the Riddler. That's too familiar. Get in the middle of you. Then I diddle you. Dick you down till it tickles. Smack the booty with no pimples. Caress your back, then rub your nipples.
Damn.
Baby, I'm a crack fiend. Get the KY if I'm at a gigolo. Baby, say hi, fly like an eagle. In a Range Rover or a Regal. Looking for a party people when I catch you, baby girl. You should feel lucky we can make love. But don't forget to fuck me. Because you got more bounce than Roger Troutman. I don't know when it's in or out, and soak me, baby. Give me that good thing. Ain't nothing wrong with the coochie bang. Because Sugar Free, Mossberg, Quik in the AM definitely knows how to play him. Because we went from demos to limos to luxuries to models to Milan on their knees, please.
Look at that journey, man. All the way to Paris, dude.
Demos to limos to Milan on their knees, please.
When we come up, we getting down. Step in the club, they give us pound. Looking for something that be nice, brown and round. AMG and Mossberg with a brand new sound. And I gotta do this. Mossberg and Sugar Free. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Mossberg was so dope.
Yes.
It's a shame what happened to him, man. Like
Quik said that they were making some dope records.
He was so dope. He said, man, this dude was like the West Coast Biggie. That's what Quik compared him to. He was like, he was gonna be next up, man, before he was, tragically murdered. But man, Mossberg was hard, bro.
Yeah, it sucks, dude. A lot of rappers fall into that.
Yeah,
it
was. And I remember, just kind of quick story, but Quik was like, yeah, man, it was 4th of July when he was murdered. He said, so under the sound of fireworks, my man was getting blasted.
Oh yeah.
He said that really messed. He said that really messed with me, man. Like, so yeah, rest in peace, Mossberg, for real. Yeah. This dude was hard. He said, oh, you didn't know that I'm the bomb, baby? Well, take a toke of this DI, you gonna be feeling flea's eye. Cause I be Mossberg, the superior. Step into the club, pound, so you're fearing us. But don't trip, we keep the vibe right. Baby, buy me some Remy, and if your baby daddy tripping, tell him beat me. Cause I be black and toned, to swift up on my toes. G'd up in LA Gates and black steel toes. Can I get a pound? And free to flies, who am I? You the realest. Look into my eyes and tell me what you see. Are you jocking my entourage? DJ Quik and AMG will get your groove on. Cause I ain't hating on the homies. When the 9/5 drop, you and your sister gonna be on me. All I wanna do is slide up in, slide back out, slapping you on your face and stick it dead in your mouth. You think I'm bullshitting? Well, meet me after my show. Bring your lips to that all white stretch limo. And we can ride, slide, dip, and glide. Booyah, do our thing, cause our whole clique fly.
Yeah, and I've been to a DJ Quik performance even recently in the last year. And dude, it's such a fun vibe.
I bet.
Yeah, dude.
I still need to see him. He's one of the last ones I still really need to see.
It's such cool because he got a live band. He's like orchestrating it there on the spot.
Oh, yeah.
It's like his little soundboard in there too, right?
Yeah, dude. It's so dope because it's not just him performing, but he's like doing everything he does.
That's amazing.
In the performance.
That's amazing.
It's so dope.
That's amazing.
Yeah, he's sick.
He goes,
verse 4, Sugar Free.
Sugar Free, here we go. Oh my God, this dude is hilarious.
Sugar Free is tight too.
It feel good, don't it? It ain't no good if it ain't good enough to put the proper hood on it. Peepaw struck up. Bitch, jump in the air, stay there till I tell you to come down. And when you do, you shut the fuck up. She said a nice dream, but bitch, you have better luck trying to find Tupac than me buying you some off the ice cream truck.
Oh yeah, he's totally unhinged on this verse.
Man, this
totally
dude
goes off
just
rails.
True pimping and such a just. But his lingo, his slang, his flow is so unorthodox. Like this dude is just on another planet with it.
Yeah. It's like ODBS, but way even more unhinged.
Man, it's so unhinged. That's a great way to put it.
Yeah. It definitely gets there.
She said a nice dream, but bitch, you have better luck trying to find $2 than me buying you something with the ice cream truck. Oxygen. You leave me alone before I lock you in that little bitty box again. Don't let up. Nah, just keep a sucker wet up, play it, and tell her when she need to shut up. Don't lighten up. Nah, you better tighten up. Throw your head back. Lean it to the side. Hey, players, yeah. Tell them that we fly. Ooh, catastrophe. Bitch run down the razor blade into a pull of pimp piss. But this had the audacity to ask me for $1. Even though that's all I had left. These greedy lying assholes are 50 cent your ass to death.
Now, I wonder, like, how do you even plan to record this verse? Because it's, like, so off of the beat, but it works.
It just works so perfect. Yeah. He said she rather slide down a slide of razor blades into the pool of pimp piss. What? Who comes up with that?
But this one had the audacity to
ask me for $1, even though that's all I had left. These greedy lying assholes are 50 cent your ass to death. Oh man, Sugar Free, man, he is one of a kind.
Yeah.
Yes, we will do his debut album one day too. Yes,
that's coming.
His first album, classic.
Yeah, that's coming.
Hilarious.
Then we move on to Use a Gangsta, which is one of his dopest tracks of all time.
This song was just, it was so monumental. Like I said, this album was the shift. And this song is what sums it all up.
This is exactly. This is what he needed to get off his chest.
Yep.
This song right here.
This is the one that put everything into perspective.
Yep.
So like I said, I requested verse 2. So y'all got the others.
Go ahead, Mark. You can do first one if you want.
Fuck what you heard, baby. I'm DJ Quik. Whether on TV or in the streets, I'm still the shit. I went from drinking 8-Ball and making demos to drinking Hennessy and Chivas Regal in the back of a limo. Get my issue in life. You can't hate that. And when I tell you about yourself, you can't take that. Because y'all be crossfading if you don't understand. You got a side and I got one, but you be crossing over here to see what's in my hand. Yeah, but that's cool too. I guess my money on the double. That's what I do, hitting the brown bubbles and avoiding trouble. Hoes to choose with nothing to lose, and a million motherfuckers want to be in my shoes. But you don't understand, beyond the parties in the chair. Been broke my whole career breaking bread with my peers.
Yeah, it's cool from this perspective now because this is a different DJ Quik now. Yes. This is a successed DJ Quik now that's talking from like him realizing where I came from, where I'm at, and now mature. Now people are seeing me. Yeah.
Almost 30
from me. They want stuff from me now. Like so, it's a dope perspective.
They see the product of his success, but they never want to be a part of the process.
Right. They don't see the hard parts of it.
Yeah. Bought a '96 Impala with the new double S. Before the 20,000 mile mark, gave it to sis. Dang. I could never bust a new shoe if my nephews ain't got them.
Ooh,
dude, that's dope.
Yeah, that's hard.
That is dope.
Fila, Jumpman, Cortez, I'm coming out the pocket for my homies in the hood upon it when I'm around, because there's a difference being a thug and being down now.
Now, that line right there, there's a difference between being a thug and being down. I love that line because, honestly, to me, it sums up, like, it's not a lot of artists that kind of have this kind of, I guess, distinction.
Yes.
But like to me, it would remind me of somebody like a Lupe Fiasco, or like even like a Kendrick Lamar, like somebody who's very, very much from the hood, but wasn't an active participant in street activity. You know what I mean? Like Lupe, West Side of Chicago.
Right.
He's around all the stuff.
Mentioning it too and all that.
Yeah, because he's very much a product of that as far as what he saw, but he just wasn't a participant.
Yeah.
Kendrick Lamar, same thing. Good Kid, Mad City. Like, he was very much entrenched in all that shit around him, but he wasn't a participant. And I think that line kind of sums up what that means, a difference between being a thug and being down.
It's distinctive, It's splitting the hairs.
Love that. Yep. Yeah, it's like bang, bang, boogie the bang, to the boogie, bang, the bang. Fuck what you saying. Use a gangster? No, I'm not. Use a gangster? No, I'm not. Use a gangster? Like he's shedding that skin.
Yeah.
This song is literally him shedding that.
And even that flow of the bang, bang, boogie, boogie, I mean, that's so reminiscent of a lot of different things. But
like 80s, that 80s funk, 80s, old school hip hop, like that's that whole kind of like Sugar Hill Gang / disco / all of that,
even to the hip hop.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. All that rolled into one. Like he really knew how to just make that come home right there. Oh, I love this verse. Just because I kick it with killers don't mean that I do it. My occupation's a musician, and I'm staying true to it. I went from being a rider to being a provider while I was straddling the fence, trying not to hit the divider. Just an impressionable human being trying to do right. Every now and then I get my man who's tested in fights. Like I used to have a beef with this cat named Eiht, and his homies approached me at the Club El Rey. What was I to do? I'm on stage and I'm doing my thing, and this is out in the crowd trying to hoobang, giving it up for his homies, and set tripping too. But he wasn't from rolling 60s, more like Trag New. I wonder what's his problem. What's he trying to say? Is his business, personal, or just fuck Quick Day? I approached him like a man and not like a nut. He turned around, put his drink down, and straight knuckled up. In this dark club, punches is flying all around. And even though it was me and him, the rumors were around and said I killed somebody. Now, how that sound? How could I stomp somebody to death that's bigger than me and I'm just 155 pounds? Tell me.
Oh, yeah, he rapped it like that,
like,
too.
that was just...
Yeah, he has a quick
flow. Yeah, he can go quick flow, too. Yeah, he sped his flow up right there. Like, that whole verse, like... He summed up a true incident where he's in the club performing. MC Eiht happens to be there. It's the height of their beef, and he's trying to approach him like, "Look, we've been through this bullshit. Let's try to end it." Eiht wasn't trying to hear it. Yeah, bunch of shit goes down, and unfortunately, somebody ends up getting killed in that whole melee.
Right, from the whole thing, yeah.
And then they got like trampled.
And peace to them now because now they're cool.
Oh, they're
now
good.
They worked it all out.
They're all good. Like they was able to squash the beef. They good.
Okay, so then we go on to verse 3. See, some don't realize the power of lyrics because when you rap about death, you're talking to spirits.
Pause.
Yeah.
Pause there. Right there. That hit so home because this is literally fresh off losing Pac and Biggie.
Yep.
And as incredible as both of them were, Pac, Biggie, two of the all-time greats, but I swear it's almost like they were obsessed with death.
Yeah.
Like it's almost it's almost
death
like
row,
it's almost like they
die.
knew. I see death around the corner.
Yeah.
Hail Mary.
So many. Biggie
I'd
has
rather go to hell.
Biggie literally has 2 albums.
Is there a
Ready
Heaven
to Die,
for a Gangsta?
Life After Death. Yeah. Like those are literally the album titles of his albums. Yeah. Ready to Die and Life After Death. Yeah. Like Pac has a million death references.
I'm a big believer in this, but there's some people who don't. But I believe what you say, you're speaking a lot of things to life. The power of the tongue,
yeah.
A lot of things to life.
Absolutely.
And stuff like that.
And like I said, as incredible as they were, I almost feel like they it almost feel like they knew they weren't going to be here long.
Right.
Like that's the kind of spooky part about it.
Yeah.
Because it's almost like they was
Mac Miller too. Mac Miller does that.
Yeah, it's almost like I said, it's almost like they were obsessed with death. Like it almost to the point, like, man, how many times you gonna talk about dying?
Right.
But like they ended up both dying young.
But powerful though, it hits not only for the time, but even in today's time.
Absolutely.
It still resonates.
Yes.
You see, you can say things that can help us all ball, or you can say things that will make it bad for us all. Fix the problem the only way it's come to the source. Don't be a Trojan horse. Help us change the course. Everybody knows that it's bad in the hood, so check what you rapping about if it ain't too good. I did my part a long time ago. I changed my views. Ain't no gang banging and slinging, just hanging with trues. Give it up for my creator, and that you can quote, but motherfuckers still see me as a scapegoat. Yeah, like the night when Biggie died at Quincy Jones' spot, like 400 other people. Yeah, I heard some shot. Broke away with the crowd nervous, obviously, and the motherfuckers blamed it on me.
What the hell? Like, yep, he was one of the prime early suspects in that. Like, people were trying to blame him just because he was there.
I didn't even know that. I didn't
just because he was there. West Coast rapper, like, he was one of the first people that said, hey, maybe Quik did it, or maybe he was up to it. Like, he was one of the early people that was getting thrown in that mix. It was crazy.
Yeah, I didn't know about that one.
Mm-hmm.
That one's crazy.
Yep.
But yeah, then he shouts out, he goes, dedicated to the prolific writers in rap history, Tupac Shakur and Notorious B.I.G. It's also dedicated to the little homie from the 60s that lost his life at the party. Rest in peace, y'all. And to MC Eiht, when you get your head together, maybe we could do a record. Feel me? I'm out.
I love that part. I love that part. That's where he puts it all to bed.
Yep.
You know what I mean? He gives his shouts out to Pac and Biggie, the guy that got killed at the party, when him and Eiht got into it, and then in the end, he officially squashes it with MC Eiht on record.
Yep.
Like, it's one thing to, have rap beef and squash it behind the scenes, which is dope. But to do it on record first, like to publicly say, we done, I want to squash this, I'm good.
That's true.
That was rare.
Yeah.
That was not a thing back then. Like, yeah, rappers would eventually squash their little rap battles, but typically it'd be behind the scenes first. Then maybe they'd do something public.
I don't know if it'll work for Drake or not, but
yeah, I don't see that one.
No, Drake's gonna literally have to save like kids from a burning building, like
no,
Kendrick's kids
in all
from a burning building.
I don't see that
just
one
to save his rep.
The lines that were crossed were so crazy, like it was nuts.
Or find the cure for cancer. Or
like
something.
it's like as big as hardcore as this beef was.
find the cure for cancer.
Like
he has to do all that just to get out of this.
No, but seriously, like
he's gonna have to do something crazy,
it's something
incredible.
drastic. But like for Quik to come out on record and squash that to me was dope. Like that was something you really didn't see back then. You know, to go through what Pac and Biggie went through, and then like, you know what, I had my own issues, you know, with another MC.
Yeah.
Let me dead this right here.
Yeah.
I thought that was really dope.
That was dope. Now you got two Compton people that are like MCs.
They
who
squashed it.
They,
You know, they went on different, you know, platforms and interviews, talk about how they, you know, ended up squashing it. But for him to make that first move on record, on a hit record that had a video and everything, that was big. That was huge. That
takes a lot of courage too, because the other party may not be receptive to it. And if consequences happen, despite you wanting to, like, you know, make amends, you kind of look foolish in a sense.
Yeah.
To where you tried to do it and it's like, well, that didn't work at all. And now it's permanent on a song where you like, you'd even look doubly foolish when you edit it out.
Yeah.
Right.
So that was bold. That was a bold move.
Yeah.
Thankfully, you know, it all worked out in the end. But I just thought that was so mature and grown of him to do that after, again, one of my all-time favorite diss records, Dollars and Cents, where he goes crazy on MC Eiht. At the same time, he sees the repercussions of this whole situation. He sees what happens with Pac and Big. He saw what happened literally in front of him with their issues, and it just say, you know what, I'ma dead this. Like, let's move on. We grown. We got kids out here. Like, let's move past this.
Yeah, and that could even be maybe even some of the reason why he wasn't there at the pop out for Kendrick Lamar. Even maybe he wants to kind of stay away from all that beef stuff.
Could be. I mean, because the thing is, he saw it when it got real. Like, see, the difference was this, like, their situation started as rap, then it got real. And when it got real, that's just say, you know what, we gotta. It's cool when it's rap, but when it get to the streets, it's like, like this was legitimate. Like I mentioned in one of my posts a while ago, but I was like, that was the first time gang politics actually got involved in a rap beef. Yeah. Like, so that was.
And what's crazy is that Snoop Dogg
different.
features on this album too.
Yep, Snoop's on here.
And like that's kind of crazy because he's
a Crip,
and
that was not a thing back then. That was a rare occurrence. Now it's regular. You see that all the time. Dudes
Snoop will be everywhere.
Do different affiliations.
Unity photos. That's
regular.
Olympics holding the torch.
That's regular now. But in the '90s, that was not. And Snoop makes a very mention of that. He always says, like, he said, I love seeing, you know, Schoolboy Q and YG making songs together. Like, I love seeing that. You know, you got B-Dogs and Crips making songs. Like, that's so dope. Because when I was coming up, that was not a thing. We was not doing that. And to see y'all doing that right now, he was like, I love that. So I feel like this song kind of was like the precursor to what would come later in that, seeing that type of
because DJ Quik, DJ Quik was a Pyru, right?
Yep, he's a Blood. MC Eiht was a Crip.
And then you got Snoop, who's a Crip.
Yeah, he's a Crip. So to see that, the intermingling of the sets, again, that was not a thing that was happening back then. Now, like I said, that's a regular occurrence. It's no big deal. But I feel like I said, this song was kind of the precursor to see what will come down the line with that. Like I said, that's why, to me, I don't know if it's DJ Quik's best song or not, but for me, this is his most important song. Yeah. Like, he really, really put a lot on the line with this record, and it succeeded.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think it is, especially in this album, for sure. It's the most important one that gets the main message of this album out there.
Like they saying everybody, you see the outside forces trying to tell him you're a gangster. It's like, no, I'm not.
Yeah, and it's a dope hook too. The way it's
right. He's telling him, no, I'm not.
You're a really famous guy at Biggie's murder. You had to have done it.
Yeah. Like,
plus the beat, like everything's
all of
hidden.
it. It was perfect.
So takeaways from this album in total, like, you know, hearing this through, what do we take away from this?
It's like one of the first times you hear a style like DJ Quik's, like on the forefront, like him actually perfecting it, and you finding out that, hey, look, this is another type of style where the lyrics are going to take a back seat with amp production, but you're also, there's a lesson to be learned with a lot of these songs.
Exactly.
Don't be a simp. The true gangster is the one who gives back to the community and unifies.
Yeah.
You know, this is a lot of important things that need to be put across to the main listening audience of DJ Quik, which is, you know, African-American males 15 to 20 years old.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's true. Nope. And I feel like that was lacking, maybe tell me if I'm wrong, but I felt like that was lacking from the Game's approach. Like, I didn't feel like Game was really being given on the Game's album. It was more of like, this is what it is, and I'm overcoming it, but not so much lessons.
Yeah. It was more like introspection. Accounts, you know what I mean? Some anecdotes, you know what I mean? But like not necessarily on the tip of like, nah, like this is really what you should be doing. Like it wasn't like he really Quik took the approach of, you know, forget just I could show you, but I want to tell you first. You know what I mean? And in this, my music is gonna outlive me. So I'd rather tell you, you know what I mean? And that to me is what makes, you know, this album so different from a lot of other, you know, albums because, again, and that's the beauty of hip hop, honestly, because you can have your albums where it's just crazy lyrical prowess, you know what I mean? And if we all get truthful, not a whole lot's being said. It's just a bunch of dope rhyme patterns and flows, which is cool, and because there's a place for that. But there's also a place for this too, where it's like, okay, maybe I don't have double and triple entendres and crazy alliteration in my bars.
People like Ice Cube, you need that.
I'm telling you, I'm telling you something here. What I'm saying is the value.
And with the analogy that you bring up with Quik and Game, like DJ Quik's like vision for this album would be rapping gangster rapping past tense.
Yes.
Game at that point, intro album, debut to the whole world. This
like
is gangster present tense.
Yep, like I'm still doing it.
You know, with the past tense type of style, you could still say, hey, look, I was doing A, B, and C, but now this is what I want to tell you now.
Yes.
Whereas, you know, the Game at this point in time,
that's a good point.
The documentary,
he's given the
whether
effect
he was affiliated or not, there was something of true nature at that moment in time.
It's given the impression that active versus past tense, you know, and that's the difference. Whereas, like I said, because you look at Quik's previous stuff, it's given the effect of present. Yeah. This is where he makes the shift when he brings that up.
What about Nipsey? Does Nipsey give you game?
Like for sure. Nipsey, he's the perfect example of like the duality of it. You know what I mean? Where because there'll be songs where it'll sound like, oh shit, this dude's still active. Like, you know what I mean? But literally the next song, it'll be like, you know, get your money up and invest. You know what I mean?
Get out of this.
Learn about crypto, or you know what I mean? Sit down with, you know, government officials in your neighborhood and discuss blah 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 blah. Like that's the difference where he'll give you he kind of gave you both, and I feel like had he lived a little longer, maybe he would have had more of the past tense kind of thing versus where like his last album, you kind of had a little bit of both. You had the like some songs where it sound like I'm still busting my gun, where it's like, but then you'll go 2 songs later, it's like, nah, these is lessons here to educate your mind.
It's a full circle moment. You mentioned Nipsey Hussle, and I mentioned the Game. Remember that one story where Game's on Crenshaw? We talk about the 9 to the spine. He looked gat on the lap.
Gat on the lap.
He had the gat on the lap.
Nipsey said, "On my daughter, he had a gat." He said, "On my daughter, he had a Glock in his lap."
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? And he said that kind of respecting him, not on some gangster shit, but just to know like, oh, he really knows he's in a dangerous neighborhood right now.
The blick in the whip.
Like he was like he knows this ain't his side of town.
And Nipsey was just trying to show him his demo.
Yeah, I was just trying to say, because Game said, he said, hey, this dude was running up on me. I don't know what he got. Thankfully, it was just a CD. It was all good. He said, but I was strapped.
Just a CD, but like.
Just in case. But yeah.
I got something to show you, Game.
Hold on. You got to show me? Quick sidebar story, sorry. DJ Envy tells a story all the time where he's trying to hand out his early mixtapes in the neighborhood. He's in Queens. Nas pulls up in a Lexus. He's like, "Whoa, I'm seeing Nas in the hood. This is crazy."
Nas
he said, "I run up." He said, Nas has some chick with him. I roll up. I said, "Hey, Nas, I got something for you." Man, this fool pulled a gun out. What you mean you got something for me? Don't ever run up on this. Ain't nothing sweet out here. What you mean you got something for me? It's just a mixtape, just a mixtape.
But you can't say you got something, right?
Hilarious.
That was DJ Envy's last album.
Hilarious. He said, yep. He said, Nas really put a gun. Hilarious. But that's the thing. But like I said, but spinning it back to this, it's like the true lessons he gives you in the streets.
Gat in the lab.
Gat in the lab, 9 to the spine.
Near the food.
And on that note, classic album, man. I love Rhythm-Al-Ism. Like, this album, it feels good. He has versatile records on here. He has a joint like Speed where he's rapping fast with AMG. Like I said, So Many Ways. No Doubt's another one of my favorites. Yeah. Like, it's just a lot of fun records on here.
Yeah. And with gangster rappers, you kind of hope they exist up to this point to where they can actually tell you, hey, to get out of it.
Yes.
Yeah. There needs to be a lot more of that. And I'm thinking like a lot of the drill rappers need to like.
Yes, man.
I mean, being the stuff that you want, do what you want to do. You're on, this is a free country. Yes. But if you serve.
If you want to see 30.
You serve a better message to be like, hey, look, I overcame all that by this music stuff.
Correct.
Yeah. You can have the ability to avoid this altogether.
Come on, man. And that's where we need to get to.
That's the real gangster stuff.
Music being fun too, like, because music's intended to like to party, to like
forget
about all that
sometimes.
Stuff. Like Coolio was really great at that.
He give you a message, and then the next song is a party.
Yeah, so he was dope at that too.
Yep, absolutely.
All right. Definitely. Well, you guys, we're dropping episodes every Monday, so please check us out. Make sure you stay tuned. But also, we're asking if you guys could share, like, comment, do all those little things that are typically done. Especially if you guys are rocking with what we're doing.
Yeah.
Like we really do need the help. We are on the road to 2,000 subs, but we also need your help on Instagram. We need your help on TikTok. We need the help on all these different, like Twitter is another one, or X. I mean. So we see all the views. We see the views. We know you're watching.
Y'all out there.
But we're not.
Join the family.
It's not equated. The math ain't mathin'. Nah. It ain't equaling to the subs.
Join the family.
Should be equated to that.
Dropping the likes mad easy, but doing it to the extent of where we need it, reflecting the 1.6K subscribers.
Yeah.
That would help us out a lot because then it expands our reach to get more people involved in what we do, and that's
interviews of who you guys want to see.
And we don't really take breaks, bro.
Yeah,
we really don't. Working. We're on our R&B tip with episode 112. Yeah. So we're doing our thing. Yeah. So it's nonstop with us, and that's the mission because we've got a lot of albums to do. And my whole vision for this is that we cover every single hip hop album, and then we on our final episode we say that was hip hop.
That is hip hop.
In the year 2075.
Yeah, that was hip hop.
It's just gonna be our AI replicated voices.
Yeah. Continuing the show, just our AI.
Man.
Wow, that was an impressive message, Isaiah. I also agree with that, Ali.
If I was alive, I probably would have. If I
was alive.
Man.
All right, so Mark, go ahead, let them have it, man.
To the MCs, if you're down, 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 drop a like.
Blah, blah, blah,
drop a like one time before I drop the 9 on your spine.
We need it to work hand in hand. Like if you guys are rocking with the show, we need you to follow the show. If it doesn't make dollars, it doesn't make sense.
Talk about
it. You got to be down, down, down with us.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And you ain't a gangsta unless you're hitting that sub. Yeah. So make sure it's doing it right.
Peace.
You could help us out in so many ways.
So many ways.